your survey came out, and then we saw the reactions, right? Some people welcomed it. Some people had so much resistance and critique it in the most, for lack of a better word, gruesome way. We've seen people who have supported it some time back, but have changed position in regards to surveys in general or Gambia participate. Some people have even seen attack the credibility of the institution, the credibility of the people behind it, in so many ways. Ku nekk am nga sa xalaat, am nga li ci wax, parce que in one way xëy na li ñu wax ci yow neexu la o li ñu wax ci ki la jege neexu la o li ñu wax ci ki nga bugga neexu la across the board, because the survey bi nekkutoon pour benn nit, you know. Waaye first of all dama just bugga rek nga break ko down for the lay people, for the understanding of the lay people, you understand, lan mooy woon seen jubluwaay pour survey bi nii den ñu dugga ci li survey bi wax bi ngeen ko defee ba pare.
Right. Jërëjëf. So ne credibility, maybe the guy is specific, because Ken do not question the credibility of Gambia participation. We've been consistent for about 10 years now, and we've been doing our stuff professionally and with the highest level of integrity and quality, right? So loolu moom critics yi moom dafay ñëw fii leen toogoon si constitution bi yow naa fi ni receiving critics, right? So that is always expected in the civil society work. Moo tax civil society work dafa critical. Su nekkee da nga ragal critics, you're not going to get into certain sensitive issues. You're not ragaluñu critics. We're always going to bring in facts. Te facts yu ndee andi doo mun a gis as civil society nga fa ne ñun suñu liggéey we only have to focus on the government. Right? That's not the work of civil society. When we call for accountability, when we call for data-driven decision making, right? Anyone that have a say in our political field, you understand, you are actually in that box, and we cannot actually get you out of the equation. So, but this is not the first time we made a survey. This is the first time we did a survey that is involving all the other parties. While some survey in the field, it wasn't looking good for the government. Nobody talks about that, including the opposition. They didn't talk about it because we did the same surplus in 2020. We did a fact-finding mission during the COVID-19 crisis, right? And we co-authored that report called Corona, the Gambia, and the Millions. In fact, we did a video documentary about it. Nobody talked about that. Nobody even asked who funded that, right? We also did the distribution of the COVID-19 emergency food packages. We've surplus again in 2021, right? We surveyed 1,176 households across all the region, and then we mentioned how sneaky the distribution of these packages were to the recipients. Nobody talk about it. Nobody also asked where you're getting the funding, right? We did community scorecards, right? We did social audits with surplus and CRPD. Nobody seems to talk about it, right? And these are more important issues than what we have just done. But elections are sensitive, and we get that. So, we've been doing this, and the purpose here was everyone knows Gambia participate. Our existence stemmed from elections. That's why the name Gambia Participate. Participate in decision making since 2016, January, right? We've been calling for people to participate in elections. That is how we came into this space. You understand? So, and then we are the largest domestic election observers in this country, right? So, we're heading towards elections. There's so many discussions going on. But where are the facts? Where is the data? You understand? Those that are saying President Barrow will not run for third term, where is the fact? Those that are saying, well, if he runs, I'm not going to vote for him. What is the fact? You're just speaking in hypothetical terms. And for us, we are interested in data. Those that are also saying that should not run, or whether they will vote for him. Those that are saying that we need to get away from this two-party system, which is the UDP and the NPP. Is there a possibility that a coalition can break those two parties? We need to get the facts. And the issue of Tali, we receive a lot of questions. You cannot dispute the current political reality. You understand that he is one of those young politicians that is out there on the limelight. So we wanted to know who stands the better chance in the, to replace Usaini Dabo in UDP. But it was not related to Talib only, and it was not 100% approval for Talib as well. You understand? There are so many other candidates, right? And people don't, maybe this is new, and they don't get to understand how this is done. It was not limited to Talib, Yankuba Dabo, and Rahim Ali Glo. We have several other people that were mentioned. But when you, Amar will get into that, right? When you are reporting this issue, you need to report on the ones that actually received the highest score. Those were the ones that we are reported, right? But the order, you have different candidates, but the order is actually less than 3%.
Yeah, very
So we are on 3%.
Insignificant.
Why do we have to report someone else that receives 0.1%, 0.2%, 0.2? At the end of the day, it's not even going to fit in the chart, right? Those that work on statistics and research most days, right? We just box them all and then put them into order, and the undecided also is very high. So to go back to the question that you asked, the objective was to get facts based on the current political environment.
The realities.
That's exactly what we did. It was not an outright support for everyone, but it was also not an outright rejection for everyone. But it tells you the current reality. And those that are critiquing our survey and its credibility. So we did 1,556 respondents across the region. I saw another poll on social media that was done by Gumweb, right? And they have a 1,000 plus respondents, no different from our survey. And I said this last week, you're going to do this a million times, you will get the same result that we got. And the one that was done was on Facebook. It's no different from what we have established across all the regions. So,
And possibly these were different respondents.
this were for ours?
No, yours and the one that you are referencing.
Yeah,
I'm
the
sure
one-
they were not exactly the same respondents. They were different respondents.